Hi, I just want to introduce the song that we're going to sing to you called Loving My Jesus. I was singing this song for a while now, and a good friend of mine introduced me to this song, and he was struggling with addictions, and still today he has struggles in his life. And I believe that he has a real sense that the Lord is merciful and that the Lord loves him. And even if you're here too and you're struggling too with addictions and you're trying to find a way out and you're calling on God and you keep falling. I just want to encourage you to keep rising and keep trusting God that He'll always receive you when you call out to Him and just keep striving to live the life that you desire to live for Him and the life that He desires for you. But this song really was powerful for me, as I was singing it where it says, I was a wandering soul, wandering so far from home. A sinner, so far from home. No second chance in sight. That's how I felt a lot of times in my failures, in my mistakes, just overwhelmed by shame and guilt in my life. And then he says, I heard you call my name. The Lord is always calling us to Himself to receive Him and just to cry out to Him, confessing our sins and just receiving His mercy. And also, too, it kind of talks about where sin tries to make us hide, It whispers that same lie. Keep all your pain inside, because no one will understand. And then he says, the last thing this lost world needs is someone I'm trying to be. A lot of times we're just trying to look good on the outside or trying to overcome things by presenting a mask or, a fake kind of person that's always smiling or always happy, and yet those things don't satisfy us, and we still feel that that burden of our guilt and our shame, and even the burden of the hurts in our lives. And here, he talks about loving Jesus. Jesus, He gives me mercy. He helps me to be able to stand against the lies that the enemy throws at me. Because of the power of His blood cleansing me of my sin and giving rest to my soul too. And I love the way that he sings the song. He says, loving my Jesus. It just seems like Jesus has done so much for me. I just have to talk about it. I just have to let it out and tell people about it and trust that He will use that to bring others to Himself. So listen to this song. It's called Loving My Jesus.
I was a wandering soul, traveling a well-worn road, a sinner so far from home, no second chance in sight. I heard you call my name, I felt you lift my shame. And I made a vow that day that I'd spend the rest of my days loving my Jesus, showing my scars, telling my story of how mercy can reach you where you are. I pray that the whole world hears the cry of my heart, to see all the ones I love loving my Jesus. Sin tries to make you hide, whispers that same old lie. Keep all your pain inside, 'cause no one will understand. The last thing this lost world needs is someone I'm trying to be. The truth that will set me free is that I'm just a broken man, loving my Jesus, showing pray that the whole world hears the cry of my heart, to see all the ones I love, loving my Jesus. When all is said and done, when my last song's been sung, I stand face to face with the one who gave all for me. May all I have to show be all that mattered most, making your great name known. May this be my only legacy, loving my Jesus, showing my scars, telling my story of how mercy can reach you where you are. I pray that the whole world hears the cry of my heart, to see all the ones I love, to see all the ones I love, loving my Jesus, loving my Jesus.